welcome. This is Donna. Thank you for joining me. I'm going to do a tutorial on altering, decorating, collaging a glassine bag. And this is for the ring-bound journal that I am working on. And I have a couple examples here for you. And I'm just building up layers. It's a little grungy. And I've used ledgers and music sheets and stamped on different types of paper. I've used my, I have a small collection of stamps with beautiful lady images, women's images. Here's another example that I used, a digital kit from Ruby and Pearl, one of her collections, and this is actually on one of the cards I'll be using in that journal. Just lots of bits of lace and little leftover things. So I've mentioned before I have stacks and stacks and bags, literally bags, TJ Maxx bags full of scrap, and I wanted to use some of that up. Oh, the other example of decorating with a glassine bag for your journals is this one, and it came in something I purchased, and I'm pretty sure it was junksistersjournals, and I will try to find that Etsy link. And she even had these beautiful fussy cut picture or flowers on it. Okay, let me scoot these over a little. And I already grunged up a glassine bag, and now I'm just gonna pick some layers. Okay, that one's nice. It's already grunged too. There we go. That. And I'll just jump right into gluing. I don't like to glue all the way to the edges when I use my art glitter glue, because sometimes I fold the edges up. And I don't mind if it goes over the bag a little, like that. I mean, you can always push the edges and, you know, go over them again with your distressed ink. Okay, there's that. And I know I want some other pieces. Ooh, that'll be a good one. Let's find some ledger. Ledger. Okay, so I'm thinking that there, and I'm going over the edge again. Got the crinkle paper. Let's see. Let's go up this on this side. Just trying to do some balance of dark and light neutrals, like that. I'm going to be adding some laces to this too. I was just looking at this edge thinking I didn't really like the look of that, but I will decorate that with a piece of lace and address that in a little bit. How about that right there? The image I was going to use is this one. So let's just take a look at that so far. I might want to tack that down a little more. I think I want it off-centered a little. Let's see. Let's add, you know, I'm going to go ahead and grunge her up a little. And I know I'm going to add lace behind that, so I have to move my nice cloth and use my icky desk for that. Let's see. How about that right there? I like that. Trying to decide if I need something else over here. Maybe, not sure if I want a straight line. Yeah, that gives it a little more dimension right there. Right there, maybe. Oh, I'm gonna go over a little more. And I can always clip this little, tear that little piece off there. I didn't want her centered. I wanted her off center a little. Okay. So once again, I'm not going to go all the way to the edge, just mainly in the center. I might fold this up a little. On that edge, maybe rough that up a little. Yeah, I think I like that, or I'm just kind of distressing it with my fingernails. Yeah, that works. Okay, so I have this really awesome piece of dotted Swiss. Look how nicely that tears. Oh, I have a person I purchased from in Ithaca, New York, and I need to do a huge show and tell because I've gotten some really fantastic trims and things like that from her. So I'm gonna go right here with this. And I know I was talking about this earlier, but I'm going to be adding a bow here, so I will do just a little something right there. Maybe even, maybe even a piece of this, just kind of tucked. See, that's also another reason not to glue everything down so tightly, because, oh, I like that. You can always tuck things in behind and weave it in and out. Yeah, that works. And we pull that off there. Yep, and we can still get into the bag. I want to make sure I didn't glue it shut. Okay, I think I might pull that over a bit right there. What other piece of lace do we have here? I want to secure this down here a little. Well, let's look at our velvet first. I'm gonna go with a dark blue velvet for this one. And do I want it tucked under? I don't want to go over. I think I want to go over. So let's look at that. So if I use this velvet, I'm going to use a dark blue seam binding. I'm sure that you've heard of Snug Huck before. Oh, the inspiration for this, yeah, I'm all over the place. You know how you have too much coffee and there's a fine line there, then you can't concentrate? The inspiration for this came from Robin Dudley Howe, who did altered file folders and decorates them. She's so gifted. Amazingly, she makes all these beautiful bows and stuff. So that's where my inspiration came from for this. And like I said, I don't mind this hanging off here. We're gonna keep decorating it though. Let's give it a little more lace somewhere. What about, you can always take these laces and they tear pretty easily. I'm thinking maybe I'll pull this up down here. And let's pull that up a little more. And we'll get that in there a little. Okay, it's fine. Push it up under there. These synthetic laces do not like to be glued. You're better off with, you know, like the dress materials, the tatting, something like that. Vintage laces are a little easier, but I can tell that this is not a cotton thread. Okay, just lots of pressure. Oops. I'm liking that so far. Let's see. What else? You know, let's do the bow. So here's my snug seam binding in a dark blue, and I'm just gonna wrinkle it. And this is how I make that kind of bow. So I'm gonna cut a piece off. I'm going to take this part and I'm going to make a loop. I'm pinching this in the center. Make a loop, another loop. I like to go with 3s. And the whole time I'm holding the center piece here. And there are a couple ways you can make the tails. You can pull this up like this and go back in the other direction, so that when you do tie it, you have this to cut off. So I'm holding that like that. I'm going to take my spare piece, and I hope this is helpful. I'm going to wrap it around and create a knot. And here you want to just pull your knot, not too tight, because you want to be able to adjust it and fluff your bow, and then pull when you're happy with it, right? And then grunge it all up again, crinkle it all up again. And there we go. And if this was a lighter one, like the tan or the white, I would use the distress ink on it. But now I want to see how this is going to look on here. And I'm kind of pulling this forward like that. And now I can look at all of my little trailing things, and I'm just going to go right across there. And then we'll put that right there. And I'm going to hold it like this so I have that knot. And sometimes it's easier just to do this, to put the glue right on there. And I want to get that glue off there because I don't want this to glue my envelope shut. There we go. Right there, like that. Oh, that's pretty cool. Okay, so what I do have that I wanted to use, just like the examples here, is I have some of this. And first I thought this was like millinery off of a hat, but it looks like a candle holder. You know, the country candle holders, and I use a lot of it in my Christmas decorating. But I thought this would be great for this. So I'm going to cut where I have a leaf, and I'm going to cut 2 of these so that I can use one for down here too, for an embellishment down here. And it's getting... Okay, so I have 2 pieces. Let's go with this one first, and I think I kind of want to do a little of this underneath it. Give it a little more fiber, or fibers, not fiber, fibers. Just a generous amount of glue, some pressure. You can always go over this part with another piece of fiber, but honestly I think I need a little more glue under there to keep those embellishments in place. Okay, so I'm gonna mess with that too much now while it dries. And let's look at what we want to put down here. I like this. Maybe we'll go with, well, opposites. Go on the opposite side here. And I'm just going to add that to this. I didn't want to put a whole glob of glue on the velvet because you can kind of see through it. And I think I will use another piece of that dotted Swiss. Just, I love this. This was a large child's dress, and it's worked out great. I have used it for so many things, and I still have a lot left, and I ordered a second one. I'm really happy about that. Okay. So we've created some symmetry here, and your eye wants to go down like that, so that worked out. I'm going to try to push these little stamens or beads over here, and actually, you know what, I'm going to pull them apart a little. Sorry, my fingers are in the way. I'm going to pull them apart just a little, because I think what I want to do is put another piece of the dotted Swiss there, and I want a button. Sorry for any extra noise. Let's see. Let's find a small one. Oh, that's nice and small. Let's just put a button there. So there, I'll just put a nice generous amount of glue and put the button right there. Anything else we want to change? I think I want to tear this edge a little. I did distress the bag. You want just, I want just a little bit of it showing. What else do we think it needs? What about, I'm going through my laces now. I have a big giant pile of laces over here. Sorry. How about just some of this up there, just to give it a little more balance. I'm feeling like that needs just something right there. It's amazing. You have these tiny scraps of laces and papers, and use tiny bits, and I still seem to have so many more tiny bits everywhere. I should make a snippet roll. So, okay. So, I'm just going to distress that a little. Cut that edge off, that velvet. And there you go. Please let me know what you think. Oh, and then this is what I did. I glued it to this page that will be in that ring bound journal. Thank you for joining me. I really appreciate you spending the time to watch my videos, and you have a wonderful day. Thanks. Bye.